Hello dear friends, today we will discussing about the topic mock test of UPSC civil service examination, and the first question is which of the following parameters is considered for the ranking progress of countries by the global gender gap index. This question is about the topic global gender gap index. The global gender gap index is the ranking progress of every countries. There is some parameters. Consider the parameters. Which statement is correct? This is the question. This first statement is point is educational attainment. Second point is health and survival, and third point is political empowerment. Which parameters is correct? In this case, educational attainment and health and survival and political empowerment, all the points are correct. That's statement 1, 2, 3 are correct. The option is 1, 2, 3. D option is correct. Accordingly, what is global gender gap index? The global gender index gap is published by the World Economic Forum. It is the assessment of countries by 4 parameters. That is economic participation and opportunities, educational attainment, and health and survival, and political empowerment. In a basic way, we wanted to consider this all the points, 4 points for the countries growth and assessment. That 4 parameters is economic participation and opportunities, educational attainment, health and survival, and political empowerment. The next question is consider the following. The size of the Legislative Council in a bicameral legislature depend on the size of the Legislative Assembly of the concerned state. The second statement is the Speaker of Legislative Assembly is empowered to decide whether the member of the Assembly is disqualified as per the provisions of Representation of People Act 190/51 as well as the ground of defection. Now, what is the first statement is about the state bicameral legislature and the size of the Legislative Council and the size of Legislative Assembly. In this context, in this statement, say about the Legislative Assembly size is depend on the size for size of Legislative Council. The statement is correct. Next question is about the disqualification of the member of Legislative Assembly. Accordingly, as per this statement, Representation of People Act 190/51 is the base for disqualification of member can decide by the Speaker of Legislative Assembly is not correct, because of Legislative Assembly, Speaker of Legislative Assembly is decide disqualification based on the disqualifications Anti-Defection Law Act under the Schedule of 10, and governor is decide the disqualification as per the provisions of Representation of People Act 190/51 based on the recommendation of the Election Commission of India. The Governor Act only, accordingly the Election Commission of India. So the answer is A only is the correct, 1 only is the correct answer, and so A is the correct option. The governor is empowered to decide on the question of disqualification of member of state legislature as per the provisions of the Representation of People Act 190/51, where the governor has to consult the Election Commission and act accordingly. The Speaker of Legislative Assembly decide on the question of disqualification under the 10th schedule of the Constitution. That is the correct explanation. Another question with reference to the organoid, consider the following. First statement is these are lab-grown group miniature human organ-like structure that achieve all the functional maturity of full-grown organs. In these statements, they say about organoid definitions. They say about the definition of the organoid. In this definition, they said that these are the lab-grown group miniature human organ-like structure that achieve all the functional maturity of full-grown organs. That is absolutely wrong statement. And another one is they are offer a new opportunity in studying protein and genes that are critical for development of organs. We all know about the critical for development of organ is studying protein and genes. But here is about to study the organoid. We want to learn about proteins and genes. So it is a new opportunity for studying proteins and genes. So the correct answer is 2 only. Option is B. And the explanation of this question is organoid are the group of cells grown in laboratories into 3-dimensional miniature structure that mimic all the cell arrangement of a fully grown organs. They do not achieve all the functional maturity of human organs and but often resemble early stages of developing tissues. Their lack of blood vessels due to which they are not fully functional. In this, accordingly, the correct explanation of what is organoid, it is a group of cells grown in a laboratories into a three-dimensional miniature structure that mimic the cell arrangement fully grown organ that mimic the cell arrangement of a fully grown organ. What is the problem of the organoid is that they do not achieve all the functional maturity of human organs. What's the problem of the organoid is that they do not achieve all the functional maturity of human organ. But it is a blessing is but it is resemble early stage of developing tissue. Another problem of organoid is that is not fully functional because of lack of blood vessels. Another question is regarding HSN code. Consider the following. The first option is it is HSN code. The question is about the HSN code. The first statement is it is a 6-digit identification code developed by World Customs Organization. Is the correct statement. Import to India are not allowed without this code. The products from other countries to India are not allowed without this 6-digit identification code. That also is correct statement. So the option is C, both 1 and 2. The correct explanation is HSN. HSN means harmonized system. HSN is harmonized system. Is a 6-digit identification code. It is called a universal economic language. It is also called a universal economic language for goods. It is widely used for taxation purpose by helping to identify the rate of the tax applicable to specific product in a country that is under the review. In India, now onwards, will not allow import without this code. This will be enabled in what the help of this code to India, that is this will help and enable India export to be accepted in globally due to the quality of goods and services. Another question is what is Suman code? Suman scheme. What is Suman scheme? About the Suman scheme has been launched by the government to what is the purpose? What is the aim of Suman scheme? That is launched by government. Option A, reduce the maternal and newborn death in India, and B option provide a quality health care to the elderly people, and C option is promote adoption of girl child in India, and D option is ensure quality health care for elderly widows or in old age homes. The correct option is A option is reduce maternal and newborn death in India. Suman scheme is launched for zero preventable maternal and newborn death in India. The full form of the Suman is Surakshit Madritva Ashwasam. The aim of this is to have zero preventable maternal and newborn death in India. Under this scheme, pregnant women and mothers up to 6 months after delivery, all the sick newborns will be able to avail a free health care benefit. This is the correct explanation of this question. And another question, recently Tapovan Vishnugad hydropower project was in news. Tapovan Vishnugad hydropower project was in news. It is on the river Ramganga river, Dauliganga river, Painganga river and Vainganga river. Which is the correct answer? All know about this Tapovan Vishnugad hydropower project. That is the correct answer is Dauliganga river. The Dauliganga river, it is a 520 megawatt hydroelectric power project. It is constructed being on Dauliganga river. And another question, in India, gharials, we all know about the gharial species. Gharials are usually found in which river? Ganga river, Gangra river, Narmada river, Chambal river and Ramganga river. Which is the correct code. Accordingly, Narmada river is not a habitat of gharial. Gangra, Chambal and Ramganga is the habitat of gharials. So correct answer is A, 1, 3, 4. The primary habitats of gharial in India is the Chambal river. We all know about that. Chambal river is the primary habitat of gharial in India. The secondary habitat of these animals are Gangra, Gandak and Girva river and Ramganga river is the Ramganga river and Son river. What is Gangra, Gandak, Girva and Ramganga and Son are the secondary habitat of gharial. Next question, Bagurumba is a tribal dance practiced by Bodo tribe. Answer is a Bodo tribe. Bagurumba is a tribal dance is practiced by Bodo tribe in Assam. Another question, according to the question is about the Financial Action Task Force. Consider the following. It is an intergovernmental body established by initiative of G7 countries. It is an intergovernmental body. Is correct. FATF is intergovernmental body. It is established in initiative of G7 in Paris. Is correct answer. Next, Eurasian group. Eurasian group also in this FATF is associative member of FATF, is providing a combating money laundering and financial terrorism. Another question is, another statement is FATF is published release, which enlists country that support terror funding and money laundering activities. That is not correct. FATF is not provided red list. There is only grey list and black list. So correct explanation of the FATF is intergovernmental. FATF is intergovernmental body is established in 1989 during the G7 summit in Paris. EAG Eurasian group is a regional body comprising the countries India, Russia, China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan and Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan and Belarus. It is an associative member of FATF. FATF publishes the following list, that is grey list and black list. What is grey list? Grey list is the countries that consider safe haven for supporting terror funding and money laundering are included in this list. What is blacklist countries? Blacklist countries are known as non-cooperative countries or territories are put on the blacklist. These territories are put on the blacklist. These countries are support terror funding and money laundering activities. Is called. This is a correct explanation of FATF. Regarding the overseas citizen of India, OCA card. The Overseas Citizen of India scheme is launching by government, making amendment of the Citizenship Act 1955 is a correct statement. Individual who do not have citizenship of any other country are not eligible for get OCA status is the correct option. OCA card holders can be nominated for the constitutional post of India except for the post of president is also wrong answer. 1, 2 is the correct answer. That is the C option is correct. In correct explanation of OCA card, Overseas Citizenship of India scheme was launched by Government of India by making amendment of the Constitution Act 1951 is launched in 2005. Individuals that do not have any citizenship of any other country, they are not eligible for OFCA status, is correct. An individual applying for this card should have a valid passport of another country and is not eligible. OFCA card holders not eligible, not have any right to vote in India. They are not right to any public service government job, and also not eligible for nominated for the constitutional post in India. Another question, Nagoba Chatara festival. This Nagoba Jatara festival is celebrated which places in India? The option Rajasthan, Assam, Telangana and West Bengal. The correct answer is Telangana. Telangana is celebrated the Nagoba Jatara festival is the tribal festival in India held in Telangana. Is a huge religious and cultural event of Boycota branch of Museum clan of Rajgont and Pradhan tribes. During this fest, the main function of this fest is during this fest Maha Puja or serpent god Nagoba is held. Is correct explanation of Nagoba Jatara festival.